I want you to
Yeah.
tell me, out of everything that you covered the preseason games on the Chicago Bears network, everything that you've seen, J Mac, like, what do you think of this year's team going into the season?
Yeah, I mean it's a mixed bag right now because preseason you only get a small sample size. I think everything is vanilla in terms of scheme, offense, defense, and special teams. Everything's vanilla. Offense, you're running your base runs, your base route concepts, your base pass protections. Special teams wise, your base coverages on kickoff, your base returns on kickoff return, and so on. And even defensively, you're not running a ton of things that you may run week one or you're going to run throughout the season because you don't want to give your opponent extra film to study and you want to continue to have a competitive edge, so to speak. So I don't really know. I think we're super talented, on paper. I think we've done a good job of adding pieces, especially with the offensive line. We've added pieces on defense in terms of the defensive line. We brought in more weapons, drafted a tight end, drafted a receiver for Caleb. And it's another year. He's in a new system, but he has another year, going through camp, going through the preseason of NFL speed and NFL experience. So I think that'll play a part, and hopefully he grows from that. The more reps he's been getting, the better he should get. So we're hoping he takes that big jump this year. It's really hard to tell. I think, will we see Monday night? Will we see exactly what this Bears team identity will be? I don't think so. I think it's going to take, further along into the season to determine what type of team this team is going to be. Are we a physical team? Are we a finesse team? Are we a pass team? Are we a running team? Defensively, are we a team that just stops the run? Are we good against the pass? I think a lot of that stuff won't get ironed out until midseason, to be honest.
Speaking about being honest, you know what, J Mac, that stood out to me the last press conference for Ben Johnson. And I'm a guy that's not caught up in words. I'm not. Like, I'm not caught up in press conferences and quotes and gotcha. What I'm about is results. Like, what does it look like on the field? Are you getting better week to week? Are you getting better year to year? So, all the stuff and the conjecture is not necessarily something that I'm thinking about. I do want to point out, though, that Ben Johnson mentioned in the press conference that, you know what? It's going to take some time for us to be able to gel because we're all new here. Me as a coach, our coaching staff, Caleb understanding the terminology, the offensive line, everything else. But at the end, on a mic drop, he was like, but there's no excuse for us not to win. And then he just walked off, right? I'm just like, well, that's a hell of a way to just mic drop the press conference. Like, yeah, we got a lot of work to do, but it's no reason why we can't win. And then he just went stage left. And the media was like, wait. And he was already gone, right? So what do you think of that? Because coaches lie. Coaches they don't owe the media anything, but I do find it interesting that Ben is forthright telling you, like, yeah, we gonna start the season, but we got work to do. That's almost as honest as you can get as a head coach. Is that
Yeah,
correct?
I mean, there's always going to be work to do. There's development that's going to continue taking place throughout the season. I mean, this is a team that, when you in reality, you look at it, it's everybody's rookie year. New defensive scheme, new offensive scheme, guys learning a new system on both sides of the ball. Richard Hightower, the special teams coach, is the holdover in that phase, but I'm sure he's going to be implementing a lot of new things as well. So essentially, you may be a 9-year veteran, but everybody's still a rookie because schematically everything's new coaching staff, new everything, new schedule. So I think what he's saying is, yes, we got to get better. It's going to take time for this team to gel, but the expectation is placed upon this team. New coach got paid handsomely to be here. We brought in a lot of different pieces to help us get better. It's about the numbers. Women lie, men lie, but numbers don't lie. And that number in that win column, J-Hoods, it better be better than that loss column. This is the NFL. It's about what are you doing right now? So yes, he can say we got to get better, but there's no excuses. We got to produce now, and so they have to win now.